Can you imagine a man, more than 500 years ago, sketching out designs for helicopters, tanks, and even scuba gear? Long before any of these were possible, one person's mind was already there. This man wasn't just a painter. He was a scientist, an engineer, an inventor, and an anatomist. His name was Leonardo da Vinci, and he's often called the greatest genius of the Renaissance. Today, we're rediving deep into the life of this incredible visionary to understand what made him so far ahead of his time. Leonardo was born in 1452 in the small, quiet village of Vinci, Italy. He was the illegitimate son of a local notary named Ser Piero, which meant he wouldn't receive a formal university education like other boys from prominent families. But from a very young age, Leonardo's classroom was the world around him. He possessed an extraordinary curiosity about nature. He spent his childhood wandering the Tuscan countryside. Captivated by everything he saw, he would spend hours observing animals, sketching the intricate patterns of plants, watching the flow of rivers, and studying the movement of clouds across the sky. These early observations weren't just a childhood pastime. They became the foundation for his groundbreaking art and revolutionary inventions later in life. As a teenager, Leonardo's father recognized his immense artistic talent and arranged for him to move to Florence, which was the beating heart of the Renaissance, a vibrant hub of art, culture, and innovation. There, he began an apprenticeship in the workshop of a famous artist named Andrea del Verrocchio. This wasn't just an art school. Under Verrocchio, Leonardo learned a vast range of skills. He mastered painting and sculpture, of course, but he also learned practical trades like engineering, metalwork, and chemistry. It was a complete education in creativity and craftsmanship. A famous story from this time tells us that Verrocchio asked Leonardo to paint an angel in one of his works, a piece Cayette, the baptism of Christ. Leonardo's angel was so lifelike and beautiful that, according to legend, Verrocchio was so humbled that he resolved never to pick up a paintbrush again. It didn't take long for Leonardo's reputation to soar. He quickly outgrew his apprenticeship and became known throughout Italy as a brilliant artist in his own right. His masterpieces are some of the most recognized works of art in human history. Think about The Last Supper, a powerful mural that captures the exact moment of drama and human emotion when Jesus announces that one of his disciples will betray him. Or his drawing, The Vitruvian Man, a perfect blend of art and mathematics that explores the ideal proportions of the human body. And, of course, there's the Mona Lisa. It is arguably the most famous painting in the world, housed in the Louvre Museum and visited by millions every year. For centuries, people have been captivated by her mysterious, enigmatic smile. Is she happy? Sad? The genius of the painting is that her expression seems to change, depending on how you look at it. A testament to Leonardo's profound understanding of human psychology and his pioneering artistic techniques. But painting was just one facet of Leonardo's boundless curiosity. He was obsessed with understanding how the world truly worked, and this led him down the path of science. He was a physicist before the term was common, studying the mechanics of water movement, light, and sound. He was a biologist who meticulously documented the flight of birds and the anatomy of animals. Most remarkably, he became a pioneering anatomist. To understand the human form for his art, he went further than anyone before. He defied the strict taboos of his time and dissected human bodies to learn how muscles connect, how bones form our structure, and how the heart pumps blood. His anatomical drawings were astonishingly accurate, centuries ahead of their time, and laid the groundwork for modern medical illustration. Perhaps the most fascinating part of Leonardo's story is his role as an inventor. His notebooks are a treasure trove of futuristic ideas and incredible machines. He dreamed of flight and designed several flying machines, including an ornithopter with flapping wings like a bird and an aerial screw, which is considered the earliest concept for a helicopter. He designed a parachute, an armored vehicle that was a precursor to the modern tank, and even a mechanical knight, an early robot that could sit up, wave its arms, and move its jaw. He also engineered practical solutions for his time, like innovative bridges and powerful war machines for his patrons. While most of these inventions were never built during his lifetime, due to a lack of modern materials and technology, many of his designs have been tested centuries later and have been proven to work. He was a man who didn't just see the present. He engineered the future, Leonardo lived during a truly special period in history, the Renaissance. This was a time of rebirth in Europe, a cultural movement that encouraged art, science, discovery, and innovation. The strict, rigid thinking of the Middle Ages was giving way to a new focus on humanism, curiosity, and the pursuit of knowledge. In this environment, Leonardo flourished. He became the perfect example of a Renaissance man, a term we still use today to describe someone who is exceptionally skilled in many different fields. He showed the world that art and science were not separate disciplines, but were two sides of the same coin, both ways of exploring the beauty and complexity of the universe. In his later years, Leonardo's fame brought him to France at the invitation of King Francis I. The king was a great admirer of Italian art and culture, and held Leonardo in the highest esteem. He didn't treat him as a mere craftsman, but as a treasured guest and intellectual peer. The king gave him a beautiful manor house, des citeaux du clos Lucé, and the freedom to pursue whatever interested him. During these final years, Leonardo didn't take on major new painting commissions. Instead, he spent his time teaching, drawing, and meticulously organizing his thousands of pages of notes, sketches, and scientific observations, as if trying to condense a lifetime of knowledge for future generations. Leonardo da Vinci died in France in 1519, at the age of 67. Even at the end of his life, his mind was still alight with curiosity. He never stopped studying, questioning, and creating. He left behind a legacy unlike any other, not just priceless works of art, but more than 7,000 pages of notebooks filled with sketches, scientific theories, and visionary inventions. These notebooks are a window into one of the most brilliant minds that has ever lived. So why is Leonardo da Vinci still so famous today, 500 years after his death? His legacy is extraordinary because it's so vast. He fundamentally changed the course of art, introducing new levels of realism and psychological depth. His scientific inquiries in anatomy, physics, and engineering were centuries ahead of their time and inspired countless scientists and inventors who came after him. He's a timeless symbol of human potential, a reminder that curiosity is our greatest tool. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just a man of the Renaissance, he was a man for old time, and his work continues to inspire us to look at the world and ourselves with wonder. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the mind of a genius, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the most fascinating figures in history. See you next time.